couple of 2-0 teams meeting tonight in the finale of the Field of 68 tip-off. FAU coming off a dominating win over Charleston last night, facing the host team, the Liberty Flames. With that, we welcome you inside Liberty Arena, alongside Jeff Goodman, Rob Doster from Field of 68. I'm Matt Warner. Guys, this should be a great one tonight. Two teams playing really well on the offensive end early in this season. Let's start with FAU. 94 points just a night ago, and everybody in the lineup getting involved.
Yeah, they were on fire the other night. Caden Carlisle was playing terrific. They're allowing him more freedom. He's a former top 50 recruit. Same with Isaiah Elohim. They're able to get space. They're able to operate, and John Jacobs gives them the freedom to kind of just go out there and play. They have bigs that can space the floor. They have athleticism. Sunday fun day, baby. Who needs football? We got Liberty and FAU, Jeff.
That's right. And for Liberty, they had the benefit of having a day off yesterday. They got to watch this FAU team. They, too, coming off a 90-point performance against Charleston a couple nights ago.
Yeah, and I spoke to Richie McKay a little while ago, and he said he is concerned about the length, the depth, the athleticism, the size of FAU. But you know what he's got, Matt? He's got two guards that have played together for what feels like an eternity. Caden Matheny, Colin Porter, and they added a guy named Brett Decker, who you're going to want to see. This trio of guards is as electric, and they're going to take care of the ball because that's what they do.
That's right. Let's take a look at some of the starting lineups here tonight. It's actually the same lineups these two teams have put out there for each of the two previous games. Elohim Carlisle, you heard mentioned already. Vanterpool, one of the veterans. Devin Williams and Xander Pintalan, who has been fantastic early in the season. For the Flames, same starting five as well. The big three, Porter, Matheny, Cleveland. You mentioned Brett Decker a moment ago, and the D2 transfer J.J. Harper, who really provided a spark in that win over Charleston on Friday night. Should be a good one. Stands still filling up. They expect a near sellout this evening. And a great way to finish off what's been a fun weekend of basketball here at the Field of 68 tip-off. You mentioned Liberty. It almost always feels like they're undersized, especially in a game like this where you look out there and you see the bigs for FAU.
Can we get a close-up on Colin Porter standing next to Xander Pintalan? That kind of sums it up right there.
It's like Jose Altuve and Aaron Judge standing next to each other almost. As Liberty controls the tip. It'll be Porter handling the basketball. He had a great offensive performance in the first game this weekend, 23 points for him. And we'll see how FAU decides to defend Liberty here tonight.
I see a significant difference in that Devin Williams is playing up on Zach Cleveland.
Harper short on the corner three. FAU will go the other direction, winning 94-77 last night. They led wire to wire. 13 players scored. 13 played, 13 scored. They really didn't have to have too many guys in there for extended minutes. As that one denied, Harper, good defensive play.
I do think it's interesting that they play J.J. Harper defensively at the 5. They did it on Friday night against Charleston, and you see him matching up with Devin Williams on the defensive end here as well.
Cleveland 2 feet in the paint, now backs it out. There's Decker on the wing. He scored more than 20 in each of the first 2 ball games this season. That one thrown off the feet of Devin Williams. It'll stay with Liberty.
Yeah, there's significantly more room in the paint tonight than there was on Friday night for Liberty. I don't know if that's what you want to do when you got a guy that can pass here with Zach Cleveland can pass.
Cleveland a near triple-double the other night. There's a 3-ball, and it is pure. The Brett Decker show has begun. He knocks down the first shot he takes.
What's the first thing you teach you defensively in basketball, Goodman? See ball and man, right? Isaiah Elohim got caught sleeping.
Carlisle handles the rock. He's been the leading scorer for FAU in their first 2 ball games. A deep team. And that was on display last night. Pintalan, he's a threat from beyond the arc. That one off the mark. See, this is, you talk about the length. Different in what they want to do for FAU. That length can really stretch you as opposed to what Charleston showed a couple of nights ago.
Yeah, especially with Pintalan. He's a skilled stretch forward.
Cleveland going strong to the rack. He's fouled. That was Carlisle coming down on his arm as we take a look at that Brett Decker triple.
Yep. And you couldn't see it on that shot when it was zoomed in, but that ball swung right past Isaiah Elohim's ear. Brett Decker, he's not going to miss when leaving that wide open. 13 for 20 on the season.
You know, 14 of 21.
Hey, Jeff, I got a question, man. I'm not really a math guy. I'm analytics guy.
67%, Rob.
67%, would you say? 6-7%?
That's what I would say. You're not going to do the whole thing, are you?
Yes, we are.
This is how you stay popular with the youth, is comments like that.
As long as he doesn't make any sort of movements over here.
And now a whistle. Yeah. So Whistle underneath. No, lane violation is what they're going to call that on Elohim. So one more free throw coming for Zach Cleveland. 12 points, 10 boards, 8 assists against Charleston. Ends up getting both free throws.
Love this guard matchup, this point guard matchup between Porter and Carlisle. Two really good point guards. And Rich McKay told me before the game, you can tell Kanan Carlisle has his confidence back after last year, really struggling at Indiana. Had a terrific freshman season at Stanford, and now he's getting a chance to really run this team, and he's done a great job so far.
You know, I think the biggest sign of that is the security that he has in his not having to go hunt shots. Right? We saw that the other night where he let the game come to him. I don't think he really did anything until the 5-minute mark of the first half. He scored 11 late in that half to give him a run, but he's not worried about having to go out there and prove himself and score points because he knows what he can do, and he knows it's going to come in this offense. When you are playing at Indiana and everything is running through the post, you're kind of saying, anytime I got the ball and I got a chance to shoot it, like I might not be able to get another one up.
Well, maybe the most exciting part of all of that for John Jacobs is what happened during your postgame interview. Because what did he want to talk about, right? He wanted to talk about all the other guys that he got buckets for in that ball game. And that has to excite a coach, especially when so many new pieces are coming together. It seems like they have bought in and have come together real quick here early in the season.
Yeah, I think that's one of Jacobs' biggest strengths. You look at who he worked for, Scott Drew at Baylor, Mark Few at Gonzaga. And that's one thing, you know, it's the culture of joy at Baylor, right? And Jacobs has tried to bring some of that now. Not always joyful because he was a little upset at the end of the game last night, even though they were up 17 points to close it out, Rob.
That's what happens when your boy Neugebauer gets a technical foul with 30 seconds left in the half.
On the shot clock. Cleveland has that one taken away. FAU looks to run. Elohim on the wing. Good feed inside, broken up. Harper again. He has been so steady defensively for the Flames here early in the year. Athene circles underneath and then throws it into the front row. Already 2 turnovers tonight for the Flames. Their last ball game, only 5 in the entire contest.
And that is going to be a key for them because FAU is going to pressure them. They are going to defend a little bit further out than Charleston did. That is something that FAU wants to do, is try to force the turnovers.
Interpool hangs, lets Cleveland kind of fly by and then lays it in for 2.
They have a lot of guys, too. That's the difference, right? Charleston couldn't play this way even if they wanted to, but look at the pressure here.
Well, that's why that's a game plan for Richard McKay. He is going, since he has 2 big guys in J.J. Harper, big guys, I'm doing air quotes here, that can handle the ball. There's your boy, Caden Matheny. When you have 2 big guys that can handle the ball, it's a lot easier to let the other bigs try to pressure you full court than it is to make Colin Porter have to deal with King Carlisle.
Matheny 18 points a couple of nights ago, and a flurry of threes early in the second half that really broke that game open. Oh, the denial! Harper again! Undersized, it doesn't matter. Cleveland now kicks it out. Matheny wanted the triple, puts it on the deck, back steps, fires again. Oh, goodness!
That's what he does, man. You give him a half an inch of space, and he's not missing.
You're not going to find 10 better.
Again inside. Williams able to score that time as he's able to pivot, get to the right hand.
And again, they get the ball to Zach Cleveland. Let him bring it up against Devin Williams. Devin Williams isn't going to cause him any problems in the backcourt. It's a good way to nullify the press, Jeff.
And now it's taken away. Vanderpool, the steal ahead of the pack, sends it home.
That's my bad. I jinxed that one. Sorry. Sorry, Liberty fans. Sorry, Flames.
And now allows him to set up some of that pressure again. Colin Porter going to handle it this time. Harper going to take his turn from 3. That goes down. If he can provide some of that with the defense that we've seen from him early in the year, that will be a big bonus for the Flames. The guy that averaged 15 a game last year at D2 West Liberty. Williams hands off. Vanderpool has Matheny on. They swing it now. Trying to turn the corner. The layup, no. The follow is there. Devin Williams using that 6'10" frame to rise up and tip it home.
That's where FAU has a major advantage, right? The length, the athleticism, the ability to, Zach Cleveland, even if he puts a body on one guy, there's somebody else coming.
Beanie taking a little contact, whistle comes. And we thought we might have a fun one here tonight. It has been exactly that thus far. The denial from Harper a moment ago. That kid can't believe it. We got a 4-point ball game.
If you're not a member of the Field of 68's On3 community, make sure to go check us out. Get access to all of Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster's written content, including coaching carousel breakdowns, info on who is and isn't entering the transfer portal, insider recruiting information from none other than Joe Tipton, X's and O's analysis of all the teams in college basketball, and access to our message board community. A 7-day trial costs you $1. The Field of 68 On3. Get the scoop. We all know the Players Era Festival has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wager. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You gonna answer?
At Liberty Arena, 4-point ball game, and this is the finale of the Field of 68 tip-off. And also the final year here, year 3 of this with these 3 programs. Jeff, this has been an incredible event over the past few seasons.
Yeah, and I'm a little sad that this could be it. We haven't had any discussions whether it'll continue, but it was really Matt Roberts, the athletic director at College of Charleston, and Richie McKay at Liberty that reached out to us and said, hey, you know what? We need a partner to try to promote this, to try to broadcast this. And it's been great for us, and I think it's been great for all 3 schools, although Chris Mack might not say that today. But in terms of, it's so difficult for these programs to be able to schedule. They're not getting high majors that are coming and playing on neutral courts like this. So they've got to find like opponents, and that's what they've done.
Ryan Jones just checked into the ball game. Doesn't take him long to fire one up.
I think in all 3 games, he's gotten a 3-up on the first possession that he's been in.
He is not shy. The transfer from Virginia Tech. Liberty pushes their lead out to 7. Parker, the freshman, the elbow jumper off the mark, fight for the rebound, and Jones able to get it. Logie also in the ball game right now.
That's the advantage of having Ryan Jones in there, because Logie would have been able to just jump over J.J. Harper, but Ryan Jones used all 240 pounds of that frame to kind of wedge him under the basket.
And throw right back into Cleveland. Has the mismatch on Carlisle. Spins to the right hand, off the window, no. Good job by Carlisle standing his ground. Parker trying to back in, spinning, fading away. Left it a little short. Logie there to get it and lay it in. He was a real spark last night. Showed us some things in a 12-point ball game. And gets his first bucket here. Logie 6 of 6 from the field in last night's game. Porter slams on the brakes, now trying to drive by Carlisle, lays it in with the right hand.
And that's the advantage of having for Liberty. When FAU is going to pull their big guys out and have them guard the bigs on the perimeter, you're going to be able to have Colin Porter get all the way to the rim. And it's really tough to stay in front of him. He is very good at getting his body low and getting his shoulders by his defender. And then, as you can see here, once he gets you on his hip, you're not getting around him. He can keep you there. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's strong. He's got a low center of gravity, and guys like that are just so difficult to stay in front of.
listed at 5'10", but even Colin Porter says, what, I'm 5'8".
He knows.
Yeah, he doesn't argue with it. I think he embraces it, and that's kind of the beauty of Colin Porter.
Vanderpool driving on Harper. Can't hit. Fight for the rebound. Still loose on the deck. Gets it back and lays it in. Well, this was something we saw yesterday from Florida Atlantic. They ended up having 18 offensive boards, which led to 24 second chance points. We're already seeing that be a factor so far in tonight's ballgame.
Yeah, and Vanderpool's been terrific so far this season. A guy that redshirted his first year under Dusty May, played a little bit last year. He's the only one really from the old regime and getting a chance to do more than just be a defensive.
Oh, come on. Oh! Get out of here! Caden Matheny from way downtown.
That was from 30 feet, man.
And he didn't flinch.
Logie runs into a couple of flames. They're able to keep possession. Once again, a second look here as Vanderpool lowers the shoulder and is able to draw the foul. So the Owls relentless on the glass, and that, it's an 8-point game. They could be trailing a lot more. Were they not as active on the glass as they've been so far tonight? As it is, Caden Matheny has come out red-hot. He's got 9 early.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
Well, Liberty's so dangerous from beyond the arc. Everybody knows it, and they're putting it on full display here early. 6 of 7 from downtown to begin this ballgame.
6 of 7.
Unreal.
No, look, this is what they do.
Here, would you?
This is what they do, guys. This is what they do. Last year, they shot 48% of their field goal attempts from beyond the arc. They shot it at 39% from 3, which was the 6th best rate in college basketball last season. When you have guys that are the size of this backcourt, that's what they're going to have to do, is step back a little bit and get them up. And that is exactly what Caden Matheny did. Yeah. Here's the thing that you got to learn if you're the big guys here. Even if you get switched on them, they're going to pull it from 30 feet. That's going to happen. And it's not just Caden Matheny. Colin Porter will do it. Brett Decker will do it. We've already seen Ryan Jones get over. He's got a quick release as anybody. You've got to get out on them. You cannot let them beat you from beyond the arc. Make them drive. Make them beat you off the dribble. Make them beat you in the paint. If you're going to lose to Colin Porter because he's making layups at the rim, that's the way that you got to lose to it. You cannot let Caden Matheny get hot.
Matt, I want to apologize to Caden Matheny already. Well, I want to apologize to our listeners because they have to listen to us there. But I said Matheny is a top 10 shooter in the country.
Are you adjusting your rankings here live? Yeah.
He's top 5. I mean, he's top 5. Like, how many guys would you rather shooting the basketball in college? Like, how many? I mean, again, I know he's a little bit diminutive, but man, he can shoot it. And this kid can score it.
Ooh, that's unable to finish at the rim that time. Logie grabs the rebound. Elohim driving, gets stopped, kicks it out. Harper back in the ball game for Liberty, and one of their better defensive players, certainly. Carlisle trying to free himself. Finds Parker inside, lowers the shoulder, and an offensive foul call.
And that's an area that Parker's going to have to be careful. You know, he's trying to kind of figure things out on the offensive end. Heralded freshman, top 100 player that came in partially because his brother's an assistant coach, and he did put the shoulder down, and he's got to be a little bit smarter.
Probably a more ball. I mean, you're gonna when you pound the ball on the floor and dip your shoulder in like that, and time the I don't want to call it a flop, but when you go down at the right time, you're gonna get that call. Just got to be smarter about that, like you said.
Matheny back in the ball game after a quick breather. Gets it to Cleveland. Harper now backing his way in, looking for help. There's the cutting freshman Xander Carter, who lays it in for 2.
The ball movement, the player movement from Liberty, it is just so much fun to watch. They execute so well. And the worst part about it, if I'm FAU right now, I don't feel like I'm playing badly. You're scoring, right? You're getting to the offensive glass. Your ball screen stuff is working here. You're kind of getting the shots that you want against this defense. You just can't. They're 6 or 7 for 3.
Right. And 8 second chance points already for FAU as well. Yeah, they're finding a way to get points on their end, but they're also trading 2s for 3s.
Not a good recipe.
Boy, tough look there. The freshman forced one. FAU once again able to get an offensive board. That has been the recipe for them so far here tonight. Moretti driving on Porter. A couple of good guards going at it there. Another offensive board. Kick out. Top of the key. 3 goes down.
Well, second chance points, 2 offensive rebounds on that possession. Liberty is going to have to start clearing the glass.
Devin Williams and Vanterpool, they each actually have 15 combined. 15 of the 19 for the Owls so far tonight.
Devin Williams, a guy that didn't play at all last year at UCLA. Again, one of those.
Nice pass. Cleveland to Harper for 2.
The big-to-big ball screen is something that is just so difficult to guard. And I say big-to-big. You got a 6'6" guy and a 6'4" guy running that ball screen.
Richie McKay told us, he says, that Cleveland's one of the most unique players in college basketball. And you say, well, he's biased, but boy, he's put on a show here this weekend. Deep 3, no. Fight for the rebound. Carter ends up grabbing it. Every rebound an absolute war right now on that end of the court.
Now, you see these guys all the time, Liberty. Do you wish at times that Zach Cleveland was a little more selfish?
Oh, yeah. There's certainly been stretches for Liberty where folks have said, boy, it'd be nice if he'd go get his a little bit. But it's that part of his game. And it really fits in so well with this style.
Yeah, and you see J.J. Harper here, he was going to set a flare screen and slipped it. Knew he had Caden Matheny on his back. Zach Cleveland, way to recognize that they have the advantage inside. We say advantage. It's not like there's that much of a height advantage, but that's what J.J. Harper does. That's where he's the most effective, in and around the basket. He knows how to use his size, and as we saw on Friday night, he's got a little bit of bounce.
He does, and that surprised me a little bit when he threw one down on the 7-footer Friday night.
I think it surprised him.
Yeah, he acted like it. So Liberty, they were hot early from beyond the arc. They haven't shot a 3 since we focused on that. They've been able to get some stuff at the rim. Now 10 of 14 from the field. That's almost 72%.
Well, that's what happens. As soon as you start making those 3s, then all of a sudden that defense has to come out. It has to extend. When they are guarding Zach Cleveland out on the perimeter, it creates so much space in and around the paint, and he's going to carve you up, man. You cannot let him, you say you want him to be a little bit more selfish, but I think what makes him so effective and so good is that's what it forces you to do. He's at his best when he's passing. I don't think you want him shooting more.
3 off the mark. Fight for the board, and we're going to get an over-the-back called on Devin Williams. And then over the top of Xander Carter there. Yeah, and if you ask Zach Cleveland about it, he said, well, what I enjoy most is passing the basketball. So, I mean,
yeah,
that's what he's looking for.
Though. They all, I mean, that's the beauty of this team, right? At a position where you don't generally get that. You have a willing and elite passer and a bunch of other guys around him that are unselfish and move the basketball. And look at how they move without the ball.
Look at where Devin Williams is guarding.
Cleveland backs it out with 10 on the shot clock. Matheny working on the bigger Pentalon. Oh boy. We're feeling it tonight.
He's even smiling now.
4 for 4 from deep.
Well, that right there, that's not designed, right? That's not called. That is just those two having played so many times together, done that so many different times in practice. If we get a replay of that, You could see him just waiting until he was able to get the right angle, and as soon as he came by and ran back the other way, Zach Cleveland just stuck his rear end out there, knocked Xander Pintalone off balance, and he was able to give him just a sliver of space. That's all he needs. It's a sliver of space, and it's going up. As you can see here, look, he fakes one way. Zach Cleveland uses they call that a butt screen, and he's able to create space for Caden Matheny. 4 for 4 from beyond the arc.
If you're not a member of the Field of 68's On3 community, make sure to go check us out. Get access to all of Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster's written content, including coaching carousel breakdowns, info on who is and isn't entering the transfer portal, insider recruiting information from none other than Joe Tipton, X's and O's analysis of all the teams in college basketball, and access to our message board community. A 7-day trial costs you $1. The Field of 68 on 3. Get the scoop.
As one of America's top 100 public...
Become a visionary from day one. All champions are visionaries. God wants to burn a vision into your heart. You're not called to fill up space. You're not just an occupant. You're not just a spectator. You're supposed to be a participant in God's primary goal. And so that's our mission. God has called you to achieve, to win. You have no right to be ordinary. God has called you to be extraordinary.
31-19, Liberty out to an early lead. Now during the break, Richie McKay challenged that. Thought it was last touched by FAU. They went to the monitor. They took a look. They said, yep, you're right. So instead of FAU basketball, it's going to go back to Liberty, and Richie McKay will retain the timeout that he took.
And he knew it. That was right in front of him. You saw that replay, the Richie McKay fist bump. Turnover, baby.
Also, you feel like he's probably sensing, like, we got a lot of momentum going right now. A little 7-0 run here. Listen, sure, now's not a bad time to use it if you're mostly sure you're gonna get that thing overturned. Try to keep the pedal down.
I don't think he wanted that TV timeout. Let's keep this thing going.
Yeah, don't blame him.
Downs off FAU. It will be Liberty basketball, and they will retain their challenge and are not charged a timeout.
There's the word from Bart Lennox, our crew chief tonight. So far tonight, different experience for FAU. We mentioned they led wire to wire. They dominated that game last night. They weren't in a lot of high pressure moments because of how well they played early. Gonna have to dig themselves out a little bit of a hole here in this one. That will stay with the Flames, deflected out of bounds by Vanderpool. I know John Jacobs would never want his team to be down, but it's also something early in the season you kind of want to learn, you know, like I want to see my team in as many different situations as I can. And once again, that one out of bounds, staying with Liberty.
Well, the good thing for FAU, too, is in their opener against Boston College, they were down late, and they ended up pulling that game out. So I think already this team probably has some belief that they're not out of it.
That one through the hands of Cleveland. Matheny tracks it down. 10 on the shot clock. They left him open. Can he do it again? Left it short. This place was ready to erupt.
So he can miss.
He can miss. Elohim on the move. Takes it strong to the rack. No, that one may have been affected by Harper.
I think the problem was he was too close.
Cleveland kicks. They'll give him another crack at corner three.
Not missing 2 in a row.
5 threes in the first half for Caden Matheny.
And you know who's smiling now? Zach Cleveland after that pass. You can tell that this team, again, they're just so much fun to watch because they're like a well-oiled machine how they play together.
Vanderpool trying to feed it inside, stolen by Cleveland. Cleveland gets Williams on his back. And they'll slow it down for at least a moment. Forget that. Porter launches, and that one almost down.
Colin Porter got a little jealous. He said, "Caden,
that's
too
right.
much shine. I got to get one of these up."
Sissoko in rhythm. That doesn't fall. Right now, FAU 1 of 5 from three-point range.
They were a little competitive the other day when we talked to them about their golf games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody could agree on what happened the last time they played. I thought he was going to launch that one. Instead, drives and kicks to Harper. Boy, he had Matheny wide open in the corner. He missed him.
And I don't know if you could hear on the broadcast, but he was yelling for that, man. He wanted it.
4 on the shot clock. Cleveland has it stripped. Good defense there by Cannon Carlisle. Sissoko stuck underneath the hoop, threw it up, able to draw the foul. So he'll get himself to the strike. Liberty on a 10-0 run over the last 3.5 minutes.
Johan Sissoko is a freshman coming from France who didn't play well on Saturday night, but had a good game against BC, and is the guy that this staff is very, very high on. John Jacobs told us that if he was an American recruit, he would have rated it somewhere between 4 and 5 star. And he looks like it. He's big, he's strong, he's physical, he can get to the basket. He's still learning English a little bit and kind of picking up on the nuances of living in Florida versus living in France and kind of playing the college game. But he's got a chance to be a really good player.
I actually spoke to him before yesterday's game, and to be honest, I thought his English was probably better than yours, Rob. Comes from Paris, but he is still trying to figure out the adjustment to the game. He told me it's different. He's a downhill driver. That's what he is. But he had a great game the first game against Boston College, and looking to kind of get back some of that confidence. Yesterday, he was just looked a little lost.
Matheny, little hesitation, got to the rim, off the window for 2. His first from not beyond the arc. 17 now for Matheny. Carlisle quickly the other way, threw it away. Stolen by Xander Yates. Brett Decker back in the ball game now. So Decker, Porter, Matheny, the guards for Liberty. Porter going to drive it all the way to the rim. Neugebauer hit the deck, made it an easy lay-in for Porter.
Just another example of what happens when you force their big guys to come out to the basket. Caden Matheny and Colin Porter both took advantage of the fact that Neugebauer had to come up to guard those ball screens. And if you see it, they're starting at half court. The ball screen, he slips it. Neugebauer can't catch up to Colin Porter. There's no help. Nicola Moretti wasn't going to help over on the drive because Zach Cleveland would have been there for a dunk. And that's just how effective they are when they can shoot. Because you can't leave that shooter in the corner. You can't leave the big guy in the dunker spot. And you can't catch up to him when he gets ahead of speed.
Guys, we're not early in this game anymore. Only 5:20 left in the half. Liberty still shooting 70% from the field.
Amazing, but maybe not that amazing. Again, this team is that good in terms of shooting the basketball, and Decker hasn't even really got going. He's made 1, but it's really been the Caden Matheny show so far.
So it's not that impressive. They're 8 for 11 from 3. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
I'll see a lot of teams go 8 for 11 from 3.
No, but I'm not shocked.
They just shoot 72%.
I'm just not shocked that this team has done this. And I know that's crazy to say, but that's the type of shooters they have on this team. You're telling me you're shocked that Matheny's put on this performance?
Shocked?
Right.
No, but like 5 for 6 from 3. I'm not going to sit here and pretend he does it every single game. It's impressive, man. You got to celebrate it.
Elohim puts it on the deck, trying to drive on Matheny. Little Euro step, gets to the rim. Tough move, couldn't finish. Sissoko grabs the offensive rebound. "11 second chance points in this ball game." That one nearly picked off. Zach Cleveland, like a free safety, saw that one coming.
One thing that is really frustrating FAU right now is that Liberty hedges ball screens very, very, very hard. And every time they hedge out there, the point guards get clipped. And you can tell that it's really starting to frustrate them. Nicola Moretti was just talking to the ref about it right there. Look, you see it right here. Look how far out they hedge. See, every time. And he earned that. He earned that call. That's a veteran play from Nicola Moretti right there.
Ryan Jones getting a little handsy there. Whistle for his second foul, and he'll check out of the ballgame. Just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Moretti gets over to Carlisle, takes a bump from the freshman Xander Carter, tries to get around him, rises up, too strong, and Cleveland clears the rebound.
You got to be physical to play against these Liberty guys because you're not knocking them off of their spot.
Quiet first half for Brett Decker. Just the 3 points. Matheny calling for a screen.
Interesting adjustment here. FAU has gone to a smaller lineup with Pintalone at the
on it.
5, and they're switching everything on the perimeter, and all Liberty's doing now is they're hunting that matchup. And you can see they force a switch to get Matheny on Pintalon. They go right by him, and he's quick enough that he's able to get to the rim and get the layup up before Pintalon can miss the goal to him.
Matheny will head out of the ball game, take a seat. He's got 19 to lead the way for Liberty. And a little bump as Vanderpool was driving. They're going to get a foul going against Xander Carter, the freshman out of Kentucky. He and Colin Porter played a little high school ball together back in the day. Carter getting pretty extended minutes here in the first half, and as I say that, he'll check out for fellow freshman Drew Grimes.
He did it again, Matt.
I know, I tell you. First time we've seen Grimes here tonight for Liberty. Pintalon gives it up to Soko. Good look from 3. That hit the top of the backboard. Goodness. He's going to hear about that from the Liberty faithful.
This is major danger zone here these last 4 minutes.
It's not getting better. Zach Cleveland with the blow by and lays it in for 2.
Once again, they just, whoever Xander Pintalon was guarding on the perimeter, they're hunting him.
And now they're trying to get it all back. You know, I mean, Vanderpool just drove against 3 guys. I mean, you still got to run your offense at this point.
Decker strong into the teeth of that defense for 2 more.
And you better guard.
It's hard to do, but the shooting percentage continuing to rise for the Flames. 74% now here in the first half.
Rob said it can't be done.
Another 10-0 run. Elohim, there's a 3. Let's see if that settles things down a little bit. Just their first, make that their second triple of the night. Pintalon out on Porter. He drives right by him, kicks to the corner, extra pass to Harper. Now he'll drive it. Kind of got stuck in the air. Fortunate to find Cleveland. 2 on the shot clock. He's going to have to hoist. That one partially blocked and a shot clock violation. So you get a 3 on one end, good defensive possession on the other. We'll see if that can perhaps spark this FAU squad over the last 2.5 minutes or so of this first half.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
A 20-point lead for Liberty here with 2:35 to go in the first half. Listen, you talk about home court advantage. It has certainly been that for Liberty since the 2018-19 season. 104-11 in this building. It is a tough place for opponents to come into and escape with a win. We're seeing that here tonight.
It's not just the home court. It's the fact that, you know, they have good basketball teams.
That also helps.
That helps.
They haven't only had success in this building, but they have been very tough here.
It helps.
Yeah.
I think the most impressive part has been their ability to get to the rim off the dribble. You know, I think a lot of times when you think of teams like Liberty, you're thinking of their ability to shoot, their ability to space the floor. But Brett Decker has gotten to the rim a couple times. That last one he just finished over there. Colin Porter's beating people off the bounce. Caden Matheny has a drive to the rim. And when you shoot it like that, and you pull your big guy away from the basket, it allows you to be able to get those lanes. And I keep going back to it, but that's the difference of what we're seeing right now. And now it's not like they didn't have success against Charleston. They put up 90.
Yeah.
Right? But I think it's going to start. If FAU is going to be able to make a comeback here, it has to start on the defensive end of the floor. We know they're dangerous enough offensively to be able to get a goal. They can make threes. They have guards that are talented. They can push in transition. But you're not going to be able to play with pace if you can't get stops. If you got to take the ball out of the basket and step out of bounds every time you're trying to get the ball in, you're not going to have very much success because Liberty's only sending 1 or 2 guys to the offensive glass. And there's only been 7 opportunities to get an offensive rebound. That's what happens when you don't miss.
That's right. That one deflected. It will stay with the Owls. 20 on the shot clock. Moretti handles the basketball. Vanterpool was good early. Runs into Harper. Contested shot. Gets the friendly roll.
I mean, that's a tough shot, but that's the one you live with when you're Richie McKay. If their offense is going to be drives to the rim that get cut off, jump stops, turnaround fadeaways from 8 feet, that's the shot you want. That's the shot you want them to take. And if they're going to make it, you got to live with that one because they're good enough that they're going to make some.
Evan Vanterpool, 10 points to lead the way for the Owls here so far tonight. Yates hands off to Matheny. Left free, top of the key. Rattles out, deflected out, and the Flames will get a second crack at it. So a rare offensive rebound for Liberty here tonight. Swing it back to Matheny. 10 on the shot clock. Nearly had it poked free. We're trying to get around Vanterpool. Drives all the way. Nobody steps over. Easy 2 for Matheny. He's got 21.
He said, "You're going to guard me at half court. Well, watch this." Straight line drive. That's part of the problem right now. They've managed to let him get going offensively, so now they have to guard him so far out that you've got these guys that can dribble, penetrate, and get to the rim. You've got to be able to cut off that dribble penetration if you're FAU.
Strong take there from Amar Amku, who just checked in, the redshirt freshman.
Because when there's 5 shooters on the floor like there is right now, you're not going to be able to help because they are too good. Liberty is too good at being able to kick the ball out and find the open guys, swing the ball, create open threes. You have to cut off that dribble.
Porter, tough shot. That forced that one a little bit. It was deflected out of bounds. It'll go back to the Owls. One of the few possessions for Liberty in this first half that you'd say, he could probably have gotten better. Zach Cleveland coming back in, replacing Xander Yates.
See if FAU goes 2 for 1 here.
By the way, Kanan Carlisle has not scored, and we had an offensive foul. Vanterpool whistled for it as he tried to set the screen. Kinda.
It's tough. He's not going up there to set a screen. He's going.
Yeah, there was no screen being set.
That was the same set we saw them run last night where they cleared Vanterpool out and set a screen and tried to get Kanan Carlisle to go straight to the basket with his left hand. They were trying to get a 2 for 1. And it actually was successful. They're going to be able to get 2 possessions. Just one of them was a turnover.
Decker off the mark. The Flames, a couple empty possessions here late in the half. FAU trying to take advantage. Carlisle had it booked. The rebound and the putback for Logie. Cleveland swatted that off the window. Carlisle slow to get up. A little gimpy as he makes his way back down the floor. Flames can play for the final shot. Cleveland says, I want the ball in my hands.
Well, they're going at Kanan Carlisle. They saw him limping.
FAU foul to give.
I could read Zach Cleveland's lips. He's smart. Richard McKay's got to have the easiest job in the world here. What does he have to do? Just say, hey.
Yeah, I'll tell him you said that. Yeah, yeah, right. Sure, he'll be glad to hear that.
Go play.
Yeah,
you got this. I'm just going to stand there with my arms folded, smile on my face.
Just over 6 seconds left. Cleveland drives to the rim, lays it in.
And that's where they get you, man. They so many times they've run that dribble handoff and run that dribble handoff and run that dribble handoff that when they fake it, that they're able to. You got 2 guys going to Caden Matheny. Zach Cleveland goes in. The only disappointing part about that was he didn't dunk it, man.
That's
You're
right.
up there, Zach. Come on.
All smiles on the face of the big 3 as they head towards the locker room. Exactly what you said. Everybody following Matheny. Cleveland takes it to the rim for 2. Liberty finishes the half shooting just over 65% from the field as they lead it by 18. And Jeff Goodman standing by right now with Richie McKay.
All right, Richie, you're up 18 at the half. Caden Matheny has gone for 21 points, but he missed 2 shots. What happened there, Richie?
Yeah, he's got to do better, doesn't he? Nah, you know, we got guys that can make open shots. I think we got to keep taking care of it because we got to season high in turnovers in the first half. We got to have better ball security, but I like the way our guys are playing. They're selfless, and we're hard to play against defensively right now.
Yeah, what do you think in terms of your physicality, able to kind of keep them up the glass after the first few minutes?
Yeah, I mean, that's a key to the game, right? And I think J.J. Harper's like, that dude, he might be 6'4", 6'5", but, Jeff, he got the heart of a lion. I'm telling you, he plays, I call him our version of Alex Caruso.
Thanks, Richie.
Isn't that perfect from a coach? He shoots 65% in the first half. You're like, man, I don't know. 5 turnovers. I don't know. Flames are up 18 at the break. Much more coming up from Lynchburg.
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
As one of America's top 100 public...
We all know the Players Era Festival has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wagered. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You gonna answer?
Become a visionary from day one. All champions are visionaries. God wants to burn a vision into your heart. You're not called to fill up space. You're not just an occupant. You're not just a spectator. You're supposed to be a participant in God's primary goal. And so that's our mission. God has called you to achieve, to win. You have no right to be ordinary. God has called you to be extraordinary.
Back in Lynchburg, Virginia, hard to imagine the first half going much better than it did for the Liberty Flames, 48-30. They lead FAU at the break. Taking a look at some of the stats from the first half, Liberty shoots 66% from the field. If you're FAU, again, we talked about it earlier, those 13-second chance points, that's what's allowing you to even feel like you have a chance to climb back in this ball game, Jeff.
Yeah, but you got to somehow tag Caden Matheny here and make sure, no matter how many offensive rebounds you get, like you said earlier, you're trying to trade 2s for 3s. So at this point, you got to find a way to stop these guys, which they haven't been able to do. And then, like you said, crash the glass, try to get some offensive, try to get some easy ones. But they're going to have to make some 3s as well.
And try to get Cannon Carlisle involved. No points in the first half. It feels like if you're going to get back in this game, he's going to have to be a big part of it.
Yeah, because he was a big-time shooter at Stanford. You know, one of the better shooters in the league. And he's a guy that kind of lets the game come to him. He did it last night. It was fine because they were up a bunch. But at this point, you got to be more assertive as the point guard, as kind of the leader, the de facto leader of this FAU team.
All right, we'll step aside, come back in just a moment. Some highlights from the first half from this finale of the Field of 68 tip-off.
If you're not a member of the Field of 68's On3 community, make sure to go check us out. Get access to all of Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster's written content, including coaching carousel breakdowns, info on who is and isn't entering the transfer portal, insider recruiting information from none other than Joe Tipton, X's and O's analysis of all the teams in college basketball, and access to our message board community. A 7-day trial costs you $1. The Field of 68 On3. Get the scoop. As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today.
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
We all know the Players Era Festival has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wagered. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You gonna answer?
Back in Liberty Arena, halftime festivities continuing. Liberty leading by 18. Matt Warner, Jeff Goodman, Rob Doster here courtside. Guys, one thing that John Jacobs said after last night's game was how happy he was with their defense. He said our defense traveled. That didn't always happen last year. One night to the next, they're having a hard time on the defensive end slowing down this three-point barrage.
Well, a very different team they have to guard.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Charleston was shorthanded, much easier to defend. This Liberty team is just picking them apart, Rob, in every single way so far.
Yeah, they let them get going offensively, let them start making some threes, they let the confidence get flowing, they let them see a couple go in through the basket, and then they had to change what they did defensively, and Liberty had the counter, literally had the answer. Once you pulled out on them, once you started trying to pull that defense a little bit further away from the basket, their guards are able to get by you. There's no help defense, there's no rotation, because you can't. They got shooters everywhere on the floor.
Speaking of that, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half and start with who else? Caden Matheny, 21 first half points. He was unconscious early from beyond the arc. Finished the half 5 of 7 from deep.
Yeah, he's got such quick feet on that step back there, and he's got range out to 35 feet. Like, you got to guard him as soon as he gets over the half-court line, because if you let him get an inch of space, it's going up, and he's probably making it.
And then you start to kind of keep a closer eye on him. They have other weapons they can get you as well. They haven't shot it to the level we've seen, speaking of a Decker or a Porter, but they're certainly capable.
Well, because I think everybody understands how hot Kid Matheny is,
yeah.
so why not just keep feeding him the rock?
Right.
Because, again, he keeps making them, and it'll be interesting to see if they do that in the second half or they spread the wealth around a little bit.
Right, like what kind of adjustments do you think FAU can make to try to slow them down?
You can't let them get dribble penetration.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you keep them in front. You cannot let them get those paint touches, because if you're not going to rotate, you're not going to have help at the rim. And right now, these guys are just blowing right by him and getting them all the way to the basket. I will say about Liberty, 5 turnovers in the first half, man. That's unacceptable.
Richie was not happy.
Unacceptable.
Isn't that perfect from a head coach? All right, hey, we'll step aside. Much more coming up in just a moment. Second half about set to get underway here in Lynchburg.
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
As one of America's top 100
We all know the Players Era Festival has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wagered. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You gonna answer?
Become a visionary from day one. All champions are visionaries. God wants to burn a vision into your heart. You're not called to fill up space. You're not just an occupant. You're not just a spectator. You're supposed to be a participant in God's primary goal. And so that's our mission. God has called you to achieve, to win. You have no right to be ordinary. God has called you to be extraordinary.
18-point game here, getting set to start the second half in a moment here in Lynchburg. Guys, we talked about a lot this weekend, but talk about what Liberty was able to retain, these veterans that have been in the system for a long time. I feel like especially at this portion of the season, that shows up so much when you've got so many teams that are trying to kind of make all new pieces work, feel each other out. This is especially when you see kind of that rise to the forefront.
Yeah, they know what each other are going to do. They know what Richie McKay is going to ask them to do. They know what they're supposed to run. They know their defensive rotations. And, you know, when you play the style of defense that Liberty does, where, you know, it's the pack line and you're hedging hard and it's a lot of those Virginia principles, that stuff takes coordination, that takes teamwork. You got to be hedging hard as someone is getting underneath the rim to tag the roller. Then you got to be able to, as soon as you get it back, be sprinting out while the big guy is sprinting back to his man in the paint. It takes time to be able to develop that defensively. And the fact that these guys have been together for 37 years on the same roster. You know, they were playing college basketball when Jeff Goodman was still in his 5.5 year at Arizona.
You know, I wonder if maybe Richie, because this event's been a week later the last 2 years, I wonder if he moved it up, knowing he had all this
all part
retention.
of the plan?
Yeah, exactly. Smart man, you know, a veteran coach who's been doing this a long time. But, yeah, I mean, I think part of it, too, the retention aspect is the culture that he's built here. You know, the fact that they could go elsewhere and maybe make a little bit more money. But instead, they understand not only, I guess, the culture, but also the fit, right? The fit. I mean, Colin Porter said it to us the other day. Not everybody is going to give me the opportunity and the freedom at 5'8" that I get here.
Well, it's also, when you are coming to Liberty to go to college, you are making a decision about the things that you value that go beyond the typical college experience, right? And I think that there's a certain kind of human that comes to Liberty to go to school, to play basketball here. And if you're coming to Liberty for that reason, you're probably going to want to stay at Liberty. And it's the right fit for you culturally. It's the right fit for you as a human being. And
yes, I would agree with that. And I hate to interrupt you, but there are kids who have left Ivy League schools to go to other places for more money or other things. So it's not like it doesn't happen. I just think
not all situations
incredible.
are the same, right?
Yeah. And I think part of it is because the three of these guys have played together for so long, it was almost like, and again, Caden said this to us, he was done playing, but then when the other guys decided to come back, he was like, I got to come back.
Yeah, and they have had guys leave. Owen Aquino left.
Yep.
So nobody is immune from it, but I do think that there's something about the people that will make the decision to play for Liberty that's going to make them more likely to want to stay at Liberty.
So FAU going to need to start chipping away. And Carlisle, mentioned scoreless in the first half, swings it. Also scoreless in the first half was Pintaline. So their 2 leading scorers early in the season, neither of them could get a bucket. And that's lost. Carlisle just losing the handle. Flames come away with it.
And the frustrating part about that is you work so hard to try to get a shot offensively, and then Liberty's going to come up and they're just going to walk it up, and they're going to get in their stuff, and they're going to grind you down, and they're going to take 30 seconds off the clock. And it's just, it's so
Oh, Matheny nearly launched. You could hear the crowd start to ooh as he looked like he was going to pull up. Porter hands it off, 4 on the shot clock. Cleveland looking to create something, maybe for himself, fading away, and missed everything.
That's why he doesn't go to himself more often.
A good defensive first possession for FAU. They need more of that moving forward.
Sometimes the best shot for Zach Cleveland is a pass.
Vanterpool pulls up from deep. That's good. He's had himself a strong night. 13 points for the redshirt sophomore.
All right, got it down to 15. Can they get a stop and maybe got to start slow here. Got to get it to single digits at some point to make this a game.
Porter directing traffic.
He's just telling everyone, get out of the way. I got this guy on me now. And you see that was the adjustment right there from John Jacobs, as Devin Williams was not guarding. It didn't matter, but Devin Williams was not guarding Zach Cleveland on the perimeter and was able to help in the lane.
Matheny with 23 now. He had 21 in the first half. As foul on the floor. Matheny, the first Flame to have 20 in the first half of a ball game since Talon Peter a year ago. He ended up getting drafted second round by the Indiana Pacers.
Do you think Caden Matheny, if he gets drafted, will decide maybe?
How far can we push it? You asked him, like, what would it take? Like, and he was very firm. Like, no, I am done. I am done. I am done.
It's amazing how adamant he was about, hey, I'm going to put everything I can into this. I'm not going to cheat this year at all. But once I'm done this season, I'm not playing professional basketball. I'm probably going to go into real estate with my dad and make some money. But, man, I don't know. I just look at Caden Matheny and say to myself, he goes overseas, he can make some money.
He said Richie McKay keeps trying to change his mind, keeps trying to convince him to playing professional. Pass ahead. Zach Cleveland, ball in his hands, surveying the floor. And get it back to Matheny. Step back, launching, can't connect.
Gone cold.
He's cooled off during the half. Williams being hounded by Harper. Back to Pintaline. Elohim, he's tough to keep out of the paint. He gets to his spot, couldn't convert. Cleveland the rebound, the pass ahead. Decker front of the pack, sends it home. And now an offensive foul. Going to go against Kanan Carlisle.
Nice pass ahead here from Zach Cleveland. Brett Decker uses the rim to protect himself and goes up and finishes with the flush.
And again, we talked about a little bit Friday night. That's one of the differences we've seen the last few years with this Liberty team that used to slow everything down. They really did not look to get out in transition at all. The last few years, and really since moving into Conference USA, it seems like that's become more of what they do, and they've got guys that can do it. Harper, he'll send it down. Another great feed from Cleveland.
The precision that they run their offense with is really, really fun to watch.
And that's a design play. They tried to get that earlier in the first half as well. They run up with J.J. Harper to fake the screen.
That one saved in bounds. Vanterpool gets it. Tough look over the top of Cleveland. Gets it off the window. He has been the one guy that has consistently provided some offensive punch tonight. By the way, Zach Cleveland tonight, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists.
Triple-double watch.
Triple-double watch is back on. Brett Decker from the wing. That may have been partially deflected. Now a foul underneath going to be called against FAU. Cleveland on Friday had 12, 10, and 8. It was his second straight double-double to begin the ballgame. Hard to believe he had one career double-double before the first game this season. Now he's put together back-to-back.
But you're going with a smaller lineup here. They got 4 guards on the floor with Devin Williams to try to match up with Liberty.
I think that's the only way they can get back in the game, right? Defensively, be able to match up. And then try to get out and, get something out of your defense and turn it into offense.
There's a little defense turned to offense. Vanderpool the steal, and Zach Cleveland the foul, and count it.
It's the new continuation.
Continuation, yeah, bucket.
You like the new continuation, Rob?
I do.
I do too.
Zach is lucky there, though, because if he grabs him a little bit harder, you can get the...
Some kind of get the shoulder first and quickly got his hand off there, because, yeah, that was dangerous.
But now you make a shot and you're able to kind of get into a little bit of ball pressure here. But again, Zach Cleveland's ability to be a point guard and bring the ball up the floor completely has nullified FAU's press.
Vanderpool career high 16 points. Carter, the freshman, going to shoot the 3. Why not?
That is just too easy. If you're John Jacobs, you talked to us about being able to be better defensively. That was literally just... They didn't run offense. Zach Cleveland just dribbled the ball up, straight line drive, got to the paint, drew help, kicked it out for a shooter.
First 3 in the career of Xander Carter, kid from Kentucky.
There's a lot of Xanders in this game.
Oh, that was a deep one, doesn't fall yet. A couple of Xanders for the Flames. Actually, then the Xander spelled differently. Pintalon on the other side. Carlisle in rhythm. This cold shooting night continues.
You think it's all because of Xander Bogaerts years ago?
Taking it back to the Red Sox?
I don't know, maybe.
Could be.
It's about 20 years ago, right, when he broke in.
You think in Belgium, where Xander Pintalon is from, a lot of big Red Sox fans potentially?
Could be. You never know.
Red Sox Nation stretches far and wide. Liberty getting to the rack here early in the second half.
As one of America's top 100
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
Become a visionary from day one. All champions are visionaries. God wants to burn a vision into your heart. You're not called to fill up space. You're not just an occupant. You're not just a spectator. You're supposed to be a participant in God's primary goal. And so that's our mission. God has called you to achieve, to win. You have no right to be ordinary. God has called you to be extraordinary.
3,722 in Liberty Arena tonight. That includes some Liberty royalty there. Georgie Pacheco-Ortiz in the red hoodie. Behind him in the black, Mile Baxter Bell, part of that Liberty team that made the NCAA tournament in 19, beat Mississippi State, then won 30 games the following year and had punched their ticket to the tournament before COVID wiped it all out. Baxter Bell now an assistant at Longwood, so he is part of the coaching fraternity now.
I think this team could get to the tournament and win a game. I really do. I think with the addition of Brett Decker, and we'll see what happens with Isaiah coming back. You know, he's out right now, injured, gives him some more size if he can stay healthy. They don't need a ton from him, but he gives them something different. So I think they're deeper, and I think Decker's a difference maker when you pair him with these two guards.
We are about 2 Caden Matheny threes away from Jeff Goodman sending Liberty to the Final Four, predicting an undefeated season for the Flames.
Well, listen, they made the tournament last year, and that game was over before the first media timeout. Oregon just put it to them. It did not turn out well. But when you talk to some of these guys, and we mentioned it with Matheny and Porter as well, like, that's part of the reason they all came back, too, is they said that, what did Matheny say? That was a bad night to play our worst game. They kind of remember that, and they'd like to get back there and maybe put on a little bit different showing.
At least compete.
Right.
They'll have a couple opportunities to do that this season. They play at NC State on December 10th, and they make a trip up to Dayton on Saturday, December 20th.
Matheny, being hounded by Sissoko, gives it up. There's a cross-court pass. One more to the corner. Decker, little pump fake. The drive. That one blocked from behind. Nice defensive recovery from Logie. Well, you start to feel like FAU, you feel like they kind of get it down to 15, and then Liberty kind of stretches it back to 20 again. Shot no. Logie, offensive rebound, I should say, but landed out of bounds. It'll go the other way.
And I know that John Jacobs' mother, Donna, is watching.
Yeah.
And met her a couple of years ago. She might be my favorite coach's mom in the country.
Wow, okay.
So Donna.
That's strong. You know a lot of coaches.
I do. Donna, everything's going to be okay. Your son's a terrific coach. It's year 2. It's early. Trust me, it's going to get better than this.
3 ball. Way too strong out of the hand of Ryan Jones. Sissoko, Cleveland on him. Again, you're looking for Carlisle. He's been forcing it a little bit more here in the second half, just without the results. Finally gets that one to crawl over the front iron and through.
See how frustrated they are offensively. And so much of that has to do with what Liberty does defensively. The way they guard the ball screen, the hard hedges, how tough and physical they are. You know, it's the same kind of Virginia principles that Tony Bennett played, the pack line that he played.
Jones will try again, missing again, deflected out of bounds. They'll stay with Liberty. Yeah, and that's something too that, Richie McKay's mentioned. Not that he's lowered the standard defensively, but in this era where you get a lot more player movement, maybe get a transfer in like a Harper for 1 year, you've got to kind of realize not everybody is going to understand it or be in the pack line long enough to do all the things that he wants to do.
That's a great point. I mean, you have so much turnover. Richie has less than most, but still bringing in new faces, hard to teach it.
Liberty's gone a little cold from beyond the arc. They've missed their last 5 shots, have been scoreless for almost 3 minutes. FAU really hasn't been able to take much advantage. Logie, strong take to the rack. The size and strength advantage over Xander Yates, and he made the most of it.
Yeah, they really like Logie. His potential comes from France, has been hurt. Dislocated his toe in the Miami scrimmage, so he's been out and played his first. This is really kind of his first extended action.
It's the longest drought we have seen from Liberty in this ball game, and there's a turnover. Here you go. They're leaving the door open.
FAU has to take advantage of this. The hard part, like we said about playing Liberty, is that when they want to, they make you have long possessions offensively, and they make you play long possessions defensively. You have to almost be perfect to come back against them.
And now a foul called on the Flames. They got that one on Colin Porter. Fourth team foul on the Flames as Brett Decker checks back in.
See, that's
throwing
what they
the hip in there.
That's why it's frustrating to play against them, because that happens every possession. They chuck cutters, they bump you, they're physical.
Harper with a good defensive play. Harper's just a spark for this team.
Yeah, and I'm not sure they thought he'd play this much.
With the ball right now, nearly launched. They get it back to Matheny. The bigger Logie on it. Creates a little space, launches, and the Flames remain cold. One of their last 8 now from the field. Carlisle, full head of steam. And he's able to draw the foul, get himself to the strike. Still a lot of time left in this ball game. 11:45 to go. FAU trying to chip their way back into this one. They trail by 16.
As you know by now, we have teamed up with BetMGM again this season. We'll be using BetMGM lines to make all of our picks, and we will have special offers for Field of 68 fans, including same-game parlays, best-in-class live betting, and daily odds boost. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD to get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. You download the BetMGM app, you sign up using bonus code FIELD, you deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game, and you receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet loses. Just make sure you use that bonus code FIELD when you sign up. Make this college basketball season one for the history books. Make it legendary. And don't forget, if you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code FIELD and get your $1,500 first bet offer today. If you're not a member of the Field of 68's On3 community, make sure to go check us out. Get access to all of Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster's written content, including coaching carousel breakdowns, info on who is and isn't entering the transfer portal, insider recruiting information from none other than Joe Tipton, X's and O's analysis of all the teams in college basketball, and access to our message board community. A 7-day trial costs you $1. The Field of 68 on 3. Get the scoop.
FAU trying to climb their way back into this one. 11:45 to go in the ball game. The Owls last year, 18 wins, made the NIT. You know, with some of the success they've had recently, say, 18 wins, that's a fine season. You forget, like, they've only had 5 seasons in their history with more wins than that, and 3 of those have come in the last, 3 seasons, or 5 seasons. So this is a program that has really come on of late. And obviously, John Jacobs now in his 2nd season, trying to continue that ascent.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Matt, because it is something where I think a lot of people thought that this program had done more than it had done going into that magical couple of years with Dusty May. I was there probably 7 or 8 years ago. I mean, again, nobody was there. Nobody was in the stands. One of the hardest jobs in the league at the time. Obviously, they've gone to the American at this point. And John Jake is trying, and he told us this yesterday, Rob, trying to be able to get the resources together so that he can retain some of these players. And he was unable to do that last year with his bigs.
Yeah, half the battle for them is being able to look at this home court environment we got right now, right? We're packed in here on a Sunday afternoon when you're going up against football and the Commanders are playing. And they got this kind of a crowd. When we went to FAU, it was completely packed. But they don't play in an arena. They play in what is effectively a very large high school gym, more or less. And being able to develop the Elliott, Eleanor R. Baldwin Arena. But getting those people in there has been half the battle. And now that they have some momentum and they're winning some games and they have reasons to be excited about the program, you know, they do a good job of creating events around some of the bigger games to get fans, to get students excited about it. But it's in Boca Raton, Florida, man. Like,
hard to get people to come out when it's 75, 80 degrees every day.
In January, you can go to the beach. Are you going to go to a basketball game on a Saturday afternoon when you can go to the beach? You got to be creative about getting fans in there. It's tough.
And Jake has said, listen, there's a lot of money in Boca, but the problem is a lot of the money didn't go to FAU.
I didn't know money went to college.
Yeah, well.
Money goes to school, Rob.
That's what happens. You got a kid in college.
Takes a lot of money to go to school, yeah, that's for sure.
Says the guy who's got a daughter in college right now. Where'd she go, Goodman?
Indiana, Robert. The Hoosiers won today, and you got a player down here.
And Moretti.
Nico Moretti took a shot to the head.
Slow to get up, as I think he and Cleveland kind of went crashing into each other. Kind of backed right into him. He may have caught the back of Cleveland's head right in the face.
You couldn't really see what happened, but you never want to see a head. When a player is grabbing his head like that, that's the kind of stuff that's worrying.
Already a veteran guard out of Italy.
All right, I got a question for you guys. So in the Conference USA preseason poll, Liberty got 11 votes, first place votes. The only other team to get a vote, Kennesaw State, which Richie McKay must have voted for them. Is there anybody else that can dethrone the Flames in the league this year, Rob?
I mean, it's always hard to bet against New Mexico State finding a way to win basketball games. But I mean, I think it's their league to lose. You know, there's a reason we have them #1 in the mid-major preseason, or the mid-major top 25.
Look at you calling it the mid-major top 25. Come a long way in these 2 days.
The non-Power 5 ranking of 25 schools in order of goodness.
Which do you like better? The mid-major top 25 or whatever the heck you just said?
I mean, mid-major top 25 has a pretty good ring to it.
I agree.
It feels pretty official.
That's what we're going with.
It feels pretty official that way.
Now, this is a team that, again, our two guys for the field of 68, Rocco Miller and John Paul, they follow mid-major basketball better than anybody in the country.
They do a great job.
And they picked this team, and I think it's Liberty and High Point.
Well, that little shooting drought Liberty was going through, I think it's over. Brett Decker is effectively into that with back-to-back triples.
6 points, 8 boards, 9 dimes for our guy Zach Cleveland. Triple-double watch.
Soko throws his head back, doesn't get the whistle. Good feed, a cutting Carlisle lays it in on the other side of the rim. All 6 of his points tonight have come here in the second half. Back up, delivers a hard shot to Vanterpool, setting the screen. 12 on the shot clock. Decker way downtown. Oh,
If it's not Matheny hitting 3 in a row, it's Brett Decker hitting 3 in a row.
Like, is it your turn? Is it my turn? And they find you when you're hot. Decker up to 16 points. He's gone for more than 20 in each of the first 2 ball games. Meanwhile, Vanterpool having a career day. He's got 20 now himself. Make it 22. Now you see at this stage Liberty start to try to use a little more clock on this end. Unless you get that free. Porter off the mark. Chasing down the rebound was Matheny. Nearly lost the handle, weaving through traffic. Decker again. Oh, well, buy stock in Brett Decker now, as this young sophomore scored 4 points a game last year in less than 7 minutes of contest. Came in a cool 25 a ball game early in the year, just 2 games under his belt, but he's got 19 tonight.
Zach Cleveland drives and kicks it to him, open in the corner. You can't leave him open there. Gets lost on the rotation again. Zach Cleveland with the assist. Maxime Loguet's got to get that hand up on there.
And the lead back to 20 for Liberty. Vanterpool, too strong. Deflected and taken by Matheny. And he turns it over. Vanterpool now going the other way. Carlisle into contact, able to draw the foul.
They're booing up by 20. They're up 20 at the under 8. They're booing. Letting these refs know.
Liberty feeling it from downtown tonight. 13 of 26 from deep.
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
We all know the Players Era Festival has become the best field in all of college basketball. And you have the opportunity to win a VIP trip to the Players Era Festival in Las Vegas, thanks to our partners over at BetMGM. Here's how it works. Opt into the contest and start placing bets on any sport of at least $10 with plus 100 odds or greater. When you do that, you earn leaderboard points based on the bet's odds and the amount that you wagered. The more you bet, the higher the odds, the more points that you earn. The top players in that contest are going to win a prize package that includes tickets to the games, withdrawable funds for travel, a 4-night stay at the luxurious Mandalay Bay here in Las Vegas, and more. For the full list of prizes, look in the description below. Make the tournament legendary with BetMGM. Vegas is calling. You gonna answer? If you're not a member of the Field of 68's On3 community, make sure to go check us out. Get access to all of Jeff Goodman and Rob Doster's written content, including coaching carousel breakdowns, info on who is and isn't entering the transfer portal, insider recruiting information from none other than Joe Tipton, X's and O's analysis of all the teams in college basketball, and access to our message board community. A 7-day trial costs you $1. The Field of 68 on 3. Get the scoop.
A lot of dancing going on in this arena tonight. Flames fans enjoying what they're seeing. What they're seeing from that kid, Brett Decker, 19 points, sophomore out of Kentucky. What was it? We asked Colin Porter about him. He said, well, it's just something about these Kentucky guys. You know, that's just the way we are.
Since when is Caden Matheny from Kentucky?
He's a West Virginia guy. So, yeah.
I will say this about Brett Decker. The thing that makes him and Liberty so dangerous is we were just talking about how FAU had found a way to be able to kind of slow them down, and they were creeping back into this thing. And then all of a sudden, 4 straight possessions, this dude rips off a 3. And you go from being in the spot where, like, you can make a run. They had it down to 14. To all of a sudden, it's, all right, well, these guys are going again. It's back to 20, and you don't really have a chance to do much. And they got 3 guys that can do that on this team. Like, what are you supposed to do with that?
Flames fortunate to get that one across in time. They were being hounded by that FAU pressure. Now 12 on the shot clock. Porter with Carlisle on him. Leaves it to Matheny. 3 ball. Doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound. And it will stay with Liberty. And Sissoko can't believe it. He and Xander Carter fighting for that rebound. And now the crew getting together to chat about it quickly. And they'll keep it here. And we may get a review on this one. Sounds like John Jacobs.
And you might as well
take a look at it.
Might as well use it, right? You get one of them. You got to make a run here at some
Every
point.
possession you feel like is pretty important now. 7:14 left. You want to have a chance to get back into this one, so they'll take a look at it. We will as well. We'll step aside for a moment, give you a replay when we come back on the other side. 7:14 left in the ballgame.
Become a visionary from day one. All champions are visionaries. God wants to burn a vision into your heart. You're not called to fill up space. You're not just an occupant. You're not just a spectator. You're supposed to be a participant in God's primary goal. And so that's our mission. God has called you to achieve, to win. You have no right to be ordinary. God has called you to be extraordinary.
As one of America's top 100 public...
Are you trying to follow everything happening in college basketball? It can be overwhelming. That's where the Field of 68 Daily comes into play. The Daily is your go-to source for recruiting news, game analysis, portal updates, and much, much more. For just $50 a year, you get access to the same information that your favorite coaching staff is subscribed to. Quality content can be hard to find in the college basketball space. The Daily is here to help. Make sure you subscribe today.
Here's a look at what the officials were checking on just a moment ago. The challenge from John Jacobs, as it was originally ruled Liberty basketball. They've taken a look, said, nope, going to go the other way. So overturn, and both challenges have been successful here so far tonight. One for each head coach.
I like the new challenge rule. Great. It's much better than what we had in recent seasons where everything over 2 minutes would go on forever.
After review, the ball went out of bounds off Liberty. It'll be FAU ball. They will not be charged a timeout.
Well, you especially like it when it's taken at what would have been a media timeout anyway. So it's like you're not really, you're kind of double dipping there, right? You get them to take a look at the monitor, but we're going to take a break anyway, so it works out for everybody.
Maybe that should be the new rule.
That's efficiency right there.
Instead of having it be the first time out of the second half, it's the first challenge of the second half goes automatically to, and they give it right back.
An offensive foul on Parker. It looked like he kind of hooked Cleveland a little bit there as he made his move to the rim.
Sure did.
We're going with the small lineup here. Josiah Parker playing 5 with the 4 guards. And now you're going to see him try to dial up the pressure on Zach Cleveland.
Pass ahead. Porter across the timeline. Out to Harper.
I don't know if you can press this team.
They play with such poise.
And everybody can handle the ball.
Yeah, Cleveland, really can be the matchup problem if he's the one you trust to bring it up. 5 on the shot clock. Poor little hesitation. Little English off the window. Gets it to fall. Strong move. Doesn't fall. Fight for the rebound. And out of bounds. It will stay here. Oh, no, we got a foul underneath. Going against Liberty.
See Colin Porter here. Oh, we're going with the out of bounds call. Yeah, you saw the swipe. I guess that's probably what got fouled.
No matter the scoreboard.
Just when we complimented the reviews.
Yeah. Here we go. And they sorted that one out quickly.
Definitely wasn't J.J. Harper.
No.
It wasn't in there. Is that who they ended up calling it on? Yeah, they called him Harper. He got lucky. That would have been 4 on Colin Porter.
Parker with his first point of the night. Preseason freshman of the year in the American. Gets them both. FAU tonight, part of the struggles as they send that one deep for Harper and a whistle.
That's too bad.
On Vanderpool, yeah, might have had showtime there.
That would have been assist number 10 too.
Question is, can Cleveland score enough to give himself an opportunity? That may be the hardest part of all this with 6, 8, and 9 right now.
Taking 6 shots on the game. Probably turned down about 15.
Harper trying to do it all by himself, ends up drawing the foul. That's going to be on Vanderpool.
You know, we think we know where Liberty stands within their league. I don't think we have any idea where FAU stands within the American ranking. So somewhere in the top half, but you know, Memphis certainly, they've got the resources, the NIL resources. They're way ahead of everybody. South Florida lost to George Washington in the close game. They were picked second. Tulane with Rowan Brumbaugh, the preseason player of the year. They will go to Charleston in about a week and be tested. UAB, Wichita State, North Texas, who won today. They beat Loyola Chicago. So I think, you know, it's a good test for John Jacobs to kind of come out and certainly find out a lot more about a bunch of players that he's still learning about this team. And he's got so many guys, and he plays, you know, 12, 13 guys at times. But I think at some point he's going to have to kind of trim the rotation, figure out who he wants to go with and how he wants to play. He's got a bunch of bigs, loves his guards.
Matheny blows by off the window for 2, bucket, and the foul.
And he's dancing.
And he is dancing. Well, we think Colin Porter will be singing later. Right now it's Caden Matheny dancing.
What do you think of the dance, Rob? You like this?
I don't know. It was okay. It was solid. Decent celebration. I'll give it a C+.
We should ask his wife what she thinks of the dance. As Caden Matheny
here we go.
Got married in mid-August. And one of the all-time great stories, right, that he told us the other day of how They met in kindergarten. She gave him a Valentine in 2nd grade. Another girl also gave him a Valentine. He chose the other girl, but he kept the Valentine.
There they are.
And he gave it back to her when they started dating a couple years ago. And great story. Great kid. I love this group. I'll say that. I love watching them, but I love spending time around them.
Matheny up to 26. That ties his career high at Liberty. His career high overall came back at Bowling Green. He had 29 against Eastern Michigan. Hey, that's an easy one. J.J. Harper, he's up to 13 now after that dunk. And Liberty has 80 points with more than 5 minutes to go.
You got a home scorekeeper here. You better get, yep, Zach Cleveland, that's 10 assists. You better give him the dime on that one.
That 3 rattles out. Fight for the rebound and ends up getting tapped out to Decker. All right, so what do we need? We need 4 points from Cleveland, 2 rebounds for a triple-double.
I don't think we're going to get the 23
I don't think we are either.
Game here. I think he's going to be out in a couple minutes.
Matheny working on Loki. Kicks it out. Porter, top of the key, deep one. Rattles out. Nearly. It was almost,
we needed
almost
that
a
rebound.
We needed that one in a bad way. Carlisle going to hoist off the mark. And listen, when you look at this game, 3 of 15 from 3-point range for FAU. It'll be tough to win against a team as offensively potent as Liberty when you shoot it like that from beyond the arc. One more time, yes sir, off the window.
He's so good at attacking that hit. He just waits until he has an angle. He's got that quick first burst. Both him and Colin Porter, they just go right at that hip. They get their shoulders past you. Once they're by you, you're not going to catch up, and you can't help. You can't get there quick enough because of how far out you have to be because of their shooters. It's I don't know what you do with it.
And then they'll step back on you, and it's that release. Yeah, it's hard to defend, especially when he is feeling it from beyond the arc like he has been tonight. He hasn't been the only Flame shooting it well. We mentioned Brett Decker. He's another guy here tonight that shot it well, especially in the second half. Up to 19 points for the sophomore. 14 of those here in half number 2. And when Liberty hit a little bit of an offensive lull, he was the guy to bring them out of it.
I think what's so impressive about what Decker did is that he has 19 points, and it feels like he spent maybe 2 minutes of this game being relevant.
Yeah.
He had that run where he reeled off 4 threes, and beyond that, it's just kind of been like, yeah, you know, he's been on the floor, and you look up, he's got 19 points.
We mentioned triple-double watch. 6, 9, and 10 right now for Cleveland. We'll see if he goes back in. These are all the triple-doubles in Liberty history. 6 of them, 4 of them by one guy, Jesse Sanders. Well, Zach Cleveland trying to put himself in rarefied air here in Liberty history. We'll see if he gets the opportunity the rest of the way.
Well, he's still on the floor, so we still got a chance. There's no scoreboard in here. I feel like I just want to yell at him.
Somebody's got to be telling him. When he goes to the sideline, someone has to be updating.
Do they have a box score over there? Yeah, there's an assistant looking at the box score. I'm sure someone's letting him know. Well, I know how we'll know if he's going for a triple-double. If on the next possession he goes to the basket. Right. Then we'll know. Then we'll know.
Under 4 to play. Carlisle right into the face of Colin Porter, was able to knock that one away. Turnover number 12 on the night for the Owls.
Attack that left hip. That's what they do every time. They bring up the defender and attack that left hip.
On the shot clock, Cleveland trying to get to the rim, no, but draws the foul on Loki, so he'll have a chance to go to the free throw line.
Are we allowed to say that's probably not where you want Zach Cleveland to be?
Well, that's fair. I think that's fair.
It's a nice crossover, though.
He was smiling over at the bench, which I think he knows.
Oh,
he knows. I think he's very aware.
You know what I want? I wanted to make 1 or 2. A defensive rebound to the other end, come down to a pull-up 3.
You're asking for a lot.
Look at that.
There's the first part of it. Cleveland actually 3 for 3 from the foul line tonight. Now, he did get an extra one after a lane violation.
He's trying to make me look bad. How dare you question my free throw shooting, Rob?
Oh! Off the mark. Checking in for Liberty, Josh Smith, his first action tonight. Big body, the Flames are hoping will be impactful for them as he continues his rehab from a knee injury. Moretti, good to see him back in the ball game. Miss him coming back out there. He left with grabbing his head. Looked like he got his bell rung a little bit earlier in this game, but back out there now.
Matt, I want to say this before I take out the headset here in a minute and go over for the post-game interview. It's been awesome doing this with you.
It's been great having you guys. Yep.
You're terrific at what you do. You've made it easy for us. It's not easy working with Rob, I know that. But you've made it look as seamless as possible.
Well, I appreciate that. It's been good hanging out with you guys here for the weekend.
And to add on to that, we appreciate the hosting provided by Liberty. I definitely appreciate the Virginian Hotel. That place
is that right? You're liking it down there? Okay.
Nice. But all 3 of these programs, and we had a great time at both the year 1.
Yeah. It's been a great event.
We had a great time in Charleston last year. The only downside was we had to spend it with Goodman. And then it's been awesome here, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, listen, you guys have known how to pick them too. What was it, 2 years ago? 2 of these 3 teams made the tournament. Last year, Liberty made the tournament. We'll see what happens this year, but these teams have done their part to make this a great event as well. The steal, the pitch ahead, Decker, oh, no! Cocked it back, couldn't finish it.
Imagine if that would have been for Zach Cleveland's triple-double.
Zach would have laid it in.
Now Zach has had in his career a number of those just like that he has tried to hammer and have ended up bouncing back to half court.
Look, if I could jump that high, I'd be doing it too.
Cleveland, he'll take it all the way, lay it in. He's getting closer. Up to 9 now. Still needs a rebound. 9, 9, and 10 as it sits right now. Saying, give me that thing.
I think they missed a rebound. We need to go back.
Yeah, we need to go back through the numbers.
I think we need to go back and check that. I think they missed a rebound. Whoever the official scorer is.
Let's see, is this, they're going to call his number? Yeah, and that's it for Zach.
He wanted it too. He knows. He knows.
Oh, keep him hungry. Whistle stops play. So Cleveland will finish it 9, 9, and 10. He may try to. He's trying to talk his way back out on there right now. Richie McKay not even turning around to look at him.
I'm not sure there is a person on the planet that would care less about a player of his getting a triple-double than Richie McKay.
J.J. Harper checking out as well. Well, listen, after what we saw from FAU last night, I don't know about you guys. I thought, man, this is going to be a great game tonight. I thought they posed some real problems for Liberty, but the way they came out shooting, and particularly Caden Matheny, felt like it kind of just got FAU out of sync right out of the gate, and they were just never able to respond.
It was the defense. It was the defensive effort.
Oh,
Richie McKay sees one turnover.
Now, breaking news.
Pulls everybody
Zach
out.
Cleveland back in the ball game. Listen, he wants that triple-double before he talks to you after the game, Goodman. That's what he's looking for.
I'm telling you, man, if he gets to 10 points, we got to go back and check because he had a rebound over here. I think he got awarded to somebody else.
So Cleveland able to talk his way back out onto the court. Amku trying to score over the top of him, no, and Xander Carter grabs the rebound. Who was the guy in the NBA years back? Remember, he shot it at the wrong goal just to get himself a rebound at the end?
Ricky Davis.
Ricky Davis, that's right. That's right. I think he got fined for that by the league.
Yeah, they frown on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
If Colin Porter was a team player, he would fake an injury right now so that John Jacobs had to pick who the free throw shooter would be to put that Cleveland on the line.
Richie McKay, you got to walk that fine line. You're like, yeah, boy, it'd be great. Also, think about what are the questions you're getting after this if Cleveland tweaks an ankle in the last 138. They're going to leave him out there. J.C. Shire Jr. checking in for Liberty along with Ryan Jones Jr. Porter will finish with 10 points tonight.
I figured out what it was. They have an offensive rebound and credit for Nicola Moretti at the 3:09 mark off the missed free throw. Number 25 on.
So you're calling. You think he's got 10?
He's got 10.
So now he just needs a bucket.
And adjust. So if he gets a bucket, he's got it.
Ball in his hands. Got the freshman Parker on him. Little hesitation. A small Moretti. Up over the top, left it short. There was his look.
That was the chance.
Had the smaller guard on him. Couldn't convert it. Under a minute to play. Amku fouled on the three-pointer, and that's not ideal in a game going like this. And yeah, I think you're right. If he can get this bucket, we will call it an unofficial triple-double at this point. Pending a little research back through the box score. Three guys.
You don't trust me?
No, I trust you. I trust you. And we'll see it now. Nope, I think Cleveland's checking out. They're going to send in three freshmen for the Flames, and well, we'll see if he can. Who has one more coming as he's found him three. Yeah, they'll get him out of there.
He had his chance.
He did.
He had his chance.
Don't say Richie McKay didn't give him a shot.
He did.
He got him back in this ball game.
Look, I don't think Richie McKay cared about the triple-double. I think he was mad about he was mad. Here up by 18, and he's complaining about having 5 turnovers. You see his ball get thrown away against the press. It's like, nope, not happening.
Coach until all zeros. Flames going to get another freshman in here quickly. Drew Grimes will check in actually at the next dead ball. So a big early season win for Liberty, and you feel like as they've won both of these games here this weekend, these are 2 wins that could age pretty well as you move forward. Certainly when Charleston gets healthy. Oh, that one nearly ended up coming over here to us. Xander Carter now fouled as this last 2 minutes of this game really come to a screeching halt. You mentioned some of those tough road games coming up for Liberty a little bit later in the season. They'll stay at home. Their next one against Carolina University, so a non-D1 before they end up going to the ESPN Events Invitational in Florida around Thanksgiving weekend.
They get Vermont in that first game.
Yeah.
Who else is in that event?
Rhode Island, Towson, potentially for their next opponent.
I'm excited to see them against NC State. That's the one, because NC State plays the style that can kind of give them some trouble with length and athleticism, and really, really talented guards, and trying to force turnovers and trying to create havoc. That's the one that I'm interested to see. That'll tell you what their ceiling can be if they get to the tournament.
Liberty's had a long history against Will Wade teams. Played him at VCU, played him at LSU, played him at McNeese last year in an early season tournament. And we'll face him again here later this season.
Because Will Wade's not scared of anything.
That's exactly right.
He'll play anybody
That is
anywhere.
exactly right.
We had them in our event in South Dakota last year, and not only did he say, yeah, sure, I'll go play South Dakota State in Sioux Falls, but can you get me another game up there as well while we're up there? He'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime. He does not care.
And I know that's appreciated by programs like Liberty. As this crowd comes to its feet, Flames feels like they've been leading by 20 the entire second half, and looks like that'll be our final as well. 88-68, an impressive win. The Flames with 90 on Friday, 88 tonight. As they get the victory over Florida Atlantic, give them their first loss of the season. They fall to 2-1 while the Flames improve to 3-0.
Really, really impressive weekend for Liberty. Something that should give Liberty fans a lot of hope for the season. You know, it's always easy to kind of jump on the bandwagon for teams that have that kind of retention. But sometimes the concern is, okay, we're bringing all these people back. Are we the same team that we are last year? I'll say that they got better. I'll say that the additions of some of these transfers they brought in, the development of Brett Decker, all of that stuff is going to be really significant for this Liberty team moving forward.
Yeah, and we'll see as they continue to get healthier as well in the post, what that can do for this team and what their ceiling might be as they move forward. And for FAU, you expect, I mean, you see the talent that they have on that roster. You expect there to be some bumps in the road, especially early on. Be interesting to see what they look like a month from now as they continue to gel.
The hard thing is just dealing with the physicality that you see against them. You don't look at a team that has a 5'8" point guard and a 5'9" shooting guard and say they're going to be tough and physical and they're going to kind of, you know, beat me up in terms of how they play, but they do. And they're so good, Colin Porter and Caden Matheny, they're so good at using leverage and using their size to their advantage.
Yeah.
Right? We see it defensively where they're able to just kind of be strong and tough and they're not letting people back them down. But they also, they attack the hip. They get to their left hand. They're very good at being able to get that first step and get by you with their shoulders and their hips. And once they got you on their side, they don't let you get off there. They don't let you get off that spot. So really, really, really impressive work.
All right, well, Zach Cleveland was the star tonight. So close to a triple-double. They have adjusted it 9, 10, and 10 now. So they were listening. They made the stat adjustment 1 point shy of a triple-double. Zach Cleveland narrowly got one in each of the games here in this field of 68 tip-off. And Cleveland, actually the entire Big Three, standing by with Jeff Goodman now.
All right, I got Liberty's version of the Big Three here. First of all, come on, man. Really? 1 point away from the triple-double and you can't get it?
If someone would have told me it was the free throw, I would have made it. I didn't know. I didn't know until I came out.
No?
Well, Coach told me out.
Then you went back in. You knew. You knew. You missed that.
I messed it up.
How important is it to have a guy like him to make your life easier, Colin?
Amazing. I mean, we don't take it for granted. It's every day in practice, off the court, the joy that he brings. It's special to see him go out and get whatever he had. He brings it every day.
21 points in the first half. You were on fire, and fuego, as they say. You know, when you're feeling that, like, have you felt that before? I mean, your career high is 29. I was shocked, to be honest. I thought it'd be more than that.
Yeah, I mean, I've felt it before, but these guys make it easy for me. I mean, it's a special group. It's just an unselfish group. So when we got a guy going, they're always looking for us. And then Brett Decker got it going in the second half. So it's a special team.
So we had you as the preseason #1 mid-major team in the country. 2 resounding wins here today. What type of statement do you think you made?
Oh, yeah, we know there's a bullseye on our back being that team. Everyone's going to test themselves against us, so just being able to go out and try to get better. I mean, it's the third game of the season, so a lot of ways to go, a lot of things to grow in. So just take it game by game, but it was a good first couple games.
So you were nervous about the triple-double. This guy's more nervous right now because we made a deal with him. We actually made it last year.
Where I was from, I said somewhere you never been to. Little town outside of Knoxville, heading by some dogwood trees. Yeah, varsity squad this year, though.
Listen to that voice. Hey, right there. Surprise. Hey, listen. Great seeing you guys. All right, I mean it. You guys are fun to watch. You're fun to be around. And it's a pleasure to be here in Liberty and do this event. Finally in the 3rd year coming here, all right? Great seeing you guys. Thank you.
You know what? He said he'd sing. He went through with it. Props to Colin Porter.
He didn't even need to get asked, man.
No, he was
ready to go. He came out, and Goodman didn't even say anything. Just, we made to deal with this guy. Boom, he starts singing Morgan Wallen.
He had it all queued up. What a great ending to a fun weekend of basketball. Our thanks to Field of 68. Jeff Goodman, Rob Doster, and our entire crew here. Once again, Liberty wins tonight by the final of 88-68. Thanks so much for watching here this weekend. We say good night from Lynchburg, Virginia.